Welcome back. So it does seem like it's happening, the government shutdown. So I'm going to elaborate a little bit more on that, what to expect. Also, talk about several bullish things that's happened with the SEC that relate to crypto. So I'm going to talk about that as well in this video. First things first, it does seem like after going back and forth, President Trump talked to both sides, and basically it seems like it's not going to happen. The deadline is midnight tonight, meaning that if something doesn't happen last minute, which doesn't seem like Advance and others have come out and said the differences are too wide, we're going to have a government shutdown once again. Okay, obviously that didn't really affect markets because tech actually did pretty well today. Okay, crypto also did not bad. It wasn't a great day, but it wasn't a bad day either. We did see a little bit of recovery. So Wall Street is basically pricing this in as a nothing burger, right? Like previous shutdowns before or threats of shutdown. Wall Street is not really all that worried. The only asterisk, the only caveat to this is a lot of the data that we are expecting won't be released, which I still think is ridiculous, but like jobs data that's supposed to come out. ADP is supposed to come out the report, their own employment report, but sometimes the ADP report, the official jobs report, they're off, and then there's revisions. Like last month we got like 1 million difference revision that came out of nowhere. So it's not exactly the same, but we'll get something. We'll get something tomorrow. But yeah, a lot of the economic data is supposed to be coming out of official federal departments. They're not going to come out. And I saw a headline today. I don't know if it's true or not, but they said it was the 100,000 federal employees resigned today, and it's the largest resignation ever in history. I don't know if it's fake news. It does seem like it's real, and if that's the case, they're just like all in protest. Because they don't like what's going on, I guess. I don't know. Or because Trump threatened that he was going to fire a whole lot of them and not bring them back. So they may be just like saying, oh, screw you then, we're just going to quit. It's a weird situation all around. So fingers crossed, really. What I'm hoping is, they come to some kind of resolution in the 11th hour and we don't have to worry about it. If it does happen, it may disrupt things a little bit. Keep in mind, tomorrow is the first day of October, or AKA Uptober. And I don't want anything to disrupt us from the massive gains that could be coming in October and Pumpvember and Santa Rally December, right? We got 3 good months. These are the months that everyone's been waiting for, and I like to see us start moving. I showed you guys charts this morning. Same thing. Last year, we were really stagnant all the way up until October, and about the second or third week of October, that's when things start moving, and November, things really start moving. So it could be the same way this time around. So we're like right there. We're right there. And hopefully none of this government shutdown thing affects anything. So I guess we'll see. But the good news is Wall Street did not think it's a big deal. That's why we didn't see a red day. In fact, Coinbase turned green at the end of the day, and we saw massive inflows today, like I think over 1 billion today. So all good so far. All right, now on to a couple really bullish SEC news. Number one, it does seem like the SEC and CFTC, they're no longer fighting, and there's talks about how they may merge, but they had a roundtable discussion, and in terms of crypto, it does seem like SEC is still going to be leading the way. They're going to be the de facto agency, but it does seem like it's no longer like, who owns what or whatever. They're not fighting. It does seem like they're on the same page, which is really good. And also the SEC said that basically they're going to fast track. NASDAQ actually requested that tokenized stocks be able to, NASDAQ wants to utilize blockchain to trade stocks, which is like tokenized stocks, right? Which in the past, this was considered securities, and the SEC is trying to, apparently, they like the idea and they're going to try to fast track it. So the SEC is being like really, really like lenient. Basically anything they're letting go, right? So soon, RWA plays, like something like Ondo could do really well if tokenized treasuries, stocks, commodities, whatever, all become legit and legal, and you can have these things being traded on the NASDAQ, which would be absolutely huge, and the SEC is allowing it. And SEC may be approving all those ETFs right around the corner too, because just yesterday or the day before they said, hey, withdraw all these forms, we don't need it. We came out with the blanket like guideline for you guys to follow, and if you guys follow it, hey, the exchanges, NASDAQ, CME, and all you guys, go ahead and list them. Like, that's basically the language, if I'm paraphrasing right. I mean, basically that's what they want. They're just going to allow it. Paul Atkins just basically like super bullish and lenient at this point, and basically allowing all things to go and pass, which is great. So all this may issue like one of the biggest bull runs we've ever had. I know a lot of you guys have your doubts because a lot of alts haven't moved yet. But when things move and when momentum comes back, it could be so astronomically good because all these regulations are so favorable. I haven't seen one headline about something that's not favorable, which is really strange, right? Like everything is being passed, everything's is being let go. It's just everything is really good right now. So when we actually do get that altcoin season, like, man, it could be ferocious, okay, in terms of the buying power. So I'm looking forward to it. And basically everything, I mean, I don't know what else there is, but like everything is just hitting, you know, other than big price movement. And I know a lot of you guys are worried that somehow the top may be in, or we're not going to have a bull run, or this and that. And, you know, all these fears will be squashed soon, okay? I've heard them time and time again earlier this year, after we had that tremendous run, you know, at the beginning of the year, and then we kind of staled out. I heard that, and then we broke through it. Last year I heard that. The year before I heard that. Like every year, we go through these times where it just seems like nothing moves until they do, and then we all forget about it. That's just how it goes. So just stay strong, my friends. Other than that, there's really not much yet. I'm going to still be streaming tonight on Pump and I Am George. The links are in the description. Yesterday had almost about 200 people watching. I'm hoping to break that record today, so you guys join in, watch me play some games, also answer some questions, because I spent half the time really just doing Q&A. And it's a lot more personal, and I enjoy it. I don't know. I think a lot of you guys do too. And Clash is doing very well today. Volume exploded. We broke above 14 million today, and we came back down a little bit. We're at like 12 million, but there's definitely a lot more momentum. And the holders, we gained like another 100 holders. It seems like every day we're gaining 100, 200, and that is fantastic. So, all right. That's pretty much it. Other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow or tonight, and have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.